Hello and welcome to another update video about Render. Render is in an unchanged situation, so if you watched the last video you pretty much know what's going on here. I have added, however, a larger support zone to the chart as highlighted there in orange. It is a relevant support zone on the daily chart. It's defined between $1.55 and $3.58. The idea is that from this swing low that formed in 2022, pretty much a three-wave move to the upside unfolded. It is at best a diagonal pattern, I would say, so I can label this here easily as an A, B, C in wave 3. The wave 1 is very clearly also an A, B, C structure, so we're dealing with a diagonal, which means that also the fifth wave to the upside, if we get it, would be an A, B, C structure, okay? And that makes it extremely difficult because sometimes these fifth waves are a complete mess. The third wave is still easy, not easy to trade, but it's still quite straightforward. The fifth wave can be a big mess, okay? We've had a pullback that started in March. Obviously, this correction, you see it everywhere in the crypto sector. The market at the time topped around $14. We're now at around $5. Strong correction. But we've really only reached, based on this wave count, the 38.2 retracement, which is an ideal target for a fourth wave. So that makes us think, okay, could it be that the fifth wave has started? Well, yes is the answer. But the problem is, because we're dealing with diagonal patterns, we don't really get that clarity here in the short term. So we won't have very clear probabilities for a while, probably. It's always challenging to confirm the beginning of the fifth wave when we're dealing with a larger diagonal, because normally we want to see 5 waves for a clear, let's say for clarity. We don't always get 5 waves, especially not in a fifth wave of a diagonal, because these subwaves are ABC structures in diagonals, and the A wave is very often a 3-wave move. So you can see that we have a 3-wave move up, and we now have a correction, a pullback into a micro support area. And the idea is that as long as this support zone is holding, we might be watching for a C wave up. Okay, we could at least be watching for a C wave up. Support is between $3.96 and $5.14. From here, a C wave up might happen. If it happens from here, the 100% extension target would be a reasonable projection, $8.76. This is where we would like the C wave of wave A to get to, minimally. And then we can watch for the next B wave pullback. But you see, it's all moving in 3-wave structures. Nothing noteworthy here. Okay, 5% up, but that's after it dropped like, I don't know, 20, 30%. So we are in a support zone below $3.96. It becomes more probable that we're dealing still with a larger fourth wave, and that this fourth wave never bottomed on the 5th of August. That wouldn't necessarily be a problem, but even in this scenario, I would prefer a larger ABC structure. That this here was the A wave, we're moving up in a B wave, and then come down in a C wave, so that we get a larger bounce at least. And that larger bounce could also be an ABC structure, which makes this micro support area quite interesting. And yeah, because if this is a larger fourth, then we normally want to see, after the A wave bottomed, a larger bounce. And standard resistance, we can add the standard resistance area to the chart now, which would be for this larger B wave, which means this is something, these are areas, levels where we can watch for a reaction. This is not the, a B wave might go higher. Absolutely, B waves are to a degree unpredictable. But this is sort of a standard B wave resistance area where most B waves would actually show a reaction. Especially in a fourth wave, however, we tend to see overshooting B waves, so please be aware of that concept. B waves sometimes don't really respect fib levels, but that's all we can do, right? Add some standard resistances to the chart and see if the market reacts to them. At least they give us some orientation, and these are defined between $6.89 and $10.21, with an additional support there at $8.10, which is the golden ratio level. That's the update about Render. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.